the good thing for Rangers, Gav, is I actually don't think there is that much dead wood there at Rangers. I think Beale, he's almost there in terms of trimming it and getting the squad, the kind of shape and size that he wants. I mean, Kamara and Wright will definitely go. We know that, so that's another 2 out the door. Then I think there's a wee clutch of like 4 or 5 players, and I would include Barisic and Lundstrom with a year left, and then probably Davies, Hadji, and maybe Sakala. So that's like 5. I think those 5, if any bids come in for them, then those are the type of players that they'd maybe consider bids and weigh up whether it was worth getting a bit of money in or, again, trimming the squad further. They're the kind of guys I don't think Michael Beale will mind having around and having any squad, and they'll certainly get some game time. But I think they just fall into that category of, if bids come in, then we can maybe afford to move them on because we've got cover or because of the contractual situation. But as I say, the good thing is, without what I compare to Celtic, but I seen a list the other day of like Celtic players that you forget about. I mean, Soro, Ajeti, Uragide, Shaw, McCarthy, guys that are so far out of the picture that Celtic, Liam Scales, guys that Celtic will need to try and get rid of, Brendan Rodgers will need to try and get rid of to trim the squad. I don't really think Rangers are in that position. As I say, I think Kamara and Wright have kind of come to the end and we know they will go. And then, as I say, I think there's like 4 or 5 that they'd maybe weigh up bids for it if they come in. But as I say, I think they're in a pretty good place squad-wise, and Beale will have a vision in his head of where he wants that squad to be, and I don't think he's too far away from it at the moment.
You're saying some of these guys fall into the category where they'd be happy to let them go because they feel they've got cover, but you don't think they'd be using the cash to upgrade on some of these guys, like if they got money for them?
I'm not sure. I mean, if John Lundstrom left, for instance, would they need to go out and buy another central midfielder with Cifuentes in?
Yeah.
You've got Askin, you've got Ryan Jack, Kieran Dowell. I mean, I'm not sure you would need to sign a replacement. I mean, if Sakala went, for instance, but they've already brought Sima and Lammers and maybe Danilo.
Yeah.
I think he spoke often about trimming it and having a tight squad, so I don't necessarily think he would need to use the money to go and get replacements. I think that's why these guys fall into that category of, no, we're fine to keep them because we know what they offer and they can give us something, but
happy to let them go.
If bids come in, we'd maybe look at it if it suits all parties.
I think they do need to lose at least 3 or 4 more, because I mean, you look at the squad now. I'm looking at the list now, and there's a few names in there you're not even counting, like an Amdi Obafor or some of the young boys. But I mean, as it stands, you've got 30 first-team players. That includes Scott Wright, so that takes you down to 29. Now, if you bring in Danilo and Cifuentes, you're back up to 31 players there. I just think that's far too many. As you say, Beale's made it clear that he wants to have a tight squad. He wants 2 guys in every position and 3 keepers. So, you're thinking sort of 23 players, maybe 24 at a push, 25. But so I certainly still think there's far too many guys there. And I think, you're talking about like, a Lundstrom. I mean, he's not there on a cheap deal. He's there in big money. And if you're going to move him on, I think he's one of the prime candidates. If you're looking to bring things like wage bills under control, I think he's one of the prime candidates to be moved on, especially if you're bringing in a Cifuentes who basically is a light-for-light replacement almost. So, I definitely think there's still work to be done in that front in terms of just getting that squad down.